Winning. Peace and love, family. Peace and love. It's your boy Chris Enlightened coming back again with some more spiritual vittles. And today I'm going in on lucid dreaming tips. Ooh, this is a good one, family. This is a good one. Because like you, I used to have issues just remembering my dreams. But now I'm able to become lucid in my dreams. And I'm going to go in on some benefits that I found to be true in my waking state through my lucid dreams. Now, a lot of people think that dreams are just something that we just do by chance. Whenever you leave the body, and every night we leave our bodies, whether you know it or not, we leave our bodies. The part of us that's conscious leaves our bodies and then goes into another realm and experiences life for real. Now, the brain doesn't know the difference between a dream and reality. The same sensors and the same things that goes off in your brain while you're woke goes off when you sleep. So whatever you're doing in your dream state affects your consciousness in your waking state. But before I go into lucid dreaming, I want to talk about what are you feeding your consciousness. Because when you feed your subconscious mind things, that affects your dream state. It really holds the key to all that you dream in. Because if you're feeding your subconscious mind negativity, pain, fear, doubt, anxiety, horror, low vibratory things like that, you're creating the breeding ground for a negative experience in your dream state. And what happens is your dreams are a continuation of your waking state, and your waking state are a continuation of your dreams. So if you're consciously in your waking state creating a breeding ground for negativity subconsciously for your dreams will do the same for your waking state. You won't know it, you won't remember it, but the energy reserves that you build up in your dream state from all the negativity that you feasted off of in your waking state will come over into your waking state. It's really important that you stop watching low vibratory things. You become like a drug addict. Crackheads know crack ain't good for them, but they do it anyway. They do it anyway, you know? But there comes a time in crackhead's life where he's like, you know what? I'm done with this crack. I want to live my best life. And you have to make that decision as well for yourself. But back to lucid dreaming. One of the tips that I've known to work is looking at my hands before I go to bed. I just spend 5 minutes in the bed looking at my hands. There's nothing on earth like a hand. There's something about your hand. And when you're doing this in your waking state, I like to say, am I dreaming? Is this a dream? Even though I know I'm consciously awake, I'm training my subconscious mind to do the same thing. So when I'm in the dream state, it will do the same thing. And I have some other tips that I'll share to help you become lucid as well. So I'm looking at my hands. Am I dreaming? Is this a dream? Am I awake or am I dreaming? So when I'm in my dream state, I'll do the same thing. Am I dreaming? Am I awake? And I'll look around. I try to find the light source. If I see the sun in front of me, but the light source is behind me, that will open me up and realize, wow, this is a dream. And then I can become lucid in my dream. And when you become lucid within your dream, you become conscious within your dream. Normally in your dream state, you're 100% subconscious mind. And when you're 100% subconscious mind, your ego is set aside. It lays dormant. So a lot of angels, beings, family members come to you to give you messages when you're in your dream state because you'll be 100% receptive to whatever it is they're trying to tell you without your ego filtering it in. In our conscious waking state, if one of your ancestors walked through the door, if you haven't been doing any spiritual practices or anything like that, you haven't really raised your vibration or your level of awareness up to the point where it needs to be to accept something physical like that happening, you'll be like, man, I'm going crazy, and you'll block it out. And when you block things out like that, the next time they come in, you'll subconsciously block them out. It's kind of like selective hearing. There's 1,000 different sounds going on in every given second, but we use selective hearing to focus on what we need or what we perceive as being real. So, but when you're in your dream state and you become lucid or you become conscious in your dream state, when your ancestors and all these beings come to you, you'll be able to remember it in your waking state, and they'll be able to give you messages to help you manipulate and traverse through this illusionary reality that we're living in. That's just one of the benefits of becoming lucid in your dream. Whenever you're in your dream state and you become lucid, you exert like this different type of energy within your dream. Whatever you practice in your dream will benefit you in your waking state. I'm a martial artist, and I also love to learn. So my spiritual master has a college within the dream, and I find myself in this college learning things. He's doing high celestial mathematics on the board and things like that, and all type of things. And when I wake up, the first thing I do is try to speak it or write it down what I seen in class. Because when you write down your dream, it creates, again, a bridge from your dream state to your reality, and you make it real. I try to extract as much as I can out of the dream state and implement it in my waking state. But there's also a class where me and some other of the spiritual warriors that are on my spiritual dream team, I find myself in the dream. We're learning martial arts. We're learning alien katas that aren't even on this earthly plane. And I've noticed that since I've been going to these spiritual martial arts schools, my martial arts in my waking state has really excelled. It's really excelled. It's as if when I'm sparring with my students, it's as if they're in slow motion. And every now and then I'll go meet up with local masters and we test ourselves, and I find that I'm doing much better than them. They're telling me like, wow, you're really advancing. And I haven't done anything new physically, but what I'm doing in my dream state is affecting me physically. Those are some of the tips that I've used to become more lucid in my dream state. Another thing that I do within the dream state, well, in my waking state, is whenever I open a door, before I open the door, I push on the door a little bit. And in my mind, I'm saying, I'm going to push my hand through this door. And while I'm woke, I just put my fingers on the door and I try to do it, and it doesn't work. But when I'm in a dream state, if I program my subconscious mind to do that, and my hand goes to the door, that's a sign that I'm dreaming. And when I feel that, I'm like, oh, my hand went through, I'm dreaming. I get real excited. It takes me about 30 seconds to collect myself. And then I have fun. I can go places, do things. You know, our dreams are running right alongside of our waking state. You don't go to sleep and then you dream and you start to dream from the beginning. When you go to sleep, you wake up within the dream. It's already running. Every time you close your eyes, you're dreaming. Again, you're not consciously aware of the dream, but the dream is another parallel reality running right alongside of our earthly reality. And who you are here affects who you are there, and vice versa. So the key is to try to bring as much light from here over to there, and from there over to here. When you create an amalgamation of consciousness like that, you start growing spiritually. I really can't explain it in a word to make you really understand it. You have to experience it yourself. Okay? So another thing, again, I mentioned earlier, try to find the light source. Whenever you see the sun, or if you see a lamp, you see the lamp on, but the light's coming from the side or something like that, you know something's just not right. The sun is going to be different in the dream state too. It's not as bright as the sun is in our earthly domain, you know. So a light source, try to find a clock. I very rarely, if ever, found a clock in the dream state. I've been looking, but I just can't find one. So if you're at a house somewhere, you're always looking for the clock, try to find a clock. Just the thought of trying to find a clock consciously will bleed over into your dream state to do the same thing. And when you know you can't find one, that's a tip that you're dreaming. Again, create your own rules. Create your own methods of becoming lucid in your dream. One of the best things you can do, the two best things you can do to become lucid in your dream is invoking as much joy as you can before you go to sleep. I'm talking about smile, like, ooh, that feels so good. Increasing your vibration, your light. Because when you walk over into the dream world and you're filled with light, you have more power than someone who's going to bed crying and sulking. You're creating a bridge to a lower vibratory state. And you're not going to have the powers that you normally would have when you're in a high vibratory state. Another thing that I do is I say divine prayers all the time. all the time. So when I do become lucid in a nightmare or a low vibratory dream, if I'm used to saying divine prayers in my waking state, when I say the divine prayers in my dream state, it dissolves negativity right before your eyes. I have a bunch of spiritual tools that I always wear every day. There's not a day where you won't catch me with one of my rings of power or my medallions on. It just doesn't happen. And the folks that know me, whenever you see me, I don't care if I'm going to the grocery store, I got my tools on. But when you're in your dream state, if you don't choose to go to sleep with your tools on, you create a consciousness within the tools that's linked with yours. You create an entanglement, a spiritual entanglement between your tools and you. And when you're in your dream state, you can call out your tools, and the power within these tools will come out of these tools and help you out. That's how it works. That's why it's imperative that you invest in real spiritual tools with real power. Don't just go out and get those mundane tools. If a tool is costing you like $5, it's going to have $5 worth of power. But when you invest in something spiritual and it has power and it costs a little cheese, that's more than likely a real tool. Okay, family? So on that note, it's your boy Chris Enlightened. Start getting at least 6 to 7 hours, at least 7 hours of sleep at night, if not more. 7 to 9 hours of sleep, if not more. The more sleep you get, the more power you'll have within your dreams, and the easier it will be for you to really tap into the REM state reserves. Okay, family? So this is your boy Chris Enlightened. Peace and love. Winning.